Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in Smackdown Live.
Hi, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. We have a variety of reward tiers over there, Larson.
We do.
At the $1 mark, you get to be part of the Going In Raw Discord group, which, of course, is we just received notification from Cody Miles, one of the terrific leaders over there.
Yes.
They've reached 1,000 members, 1,000 members strong over there in the Discord.
Congratulations, Discord Club, for reaching that impressive milestone.
You know, I was in, as you guys know, I was in Edinburgh not that long ago, in June, and we did a ghost tour of these things that are underground, these vaults.
Oh, I know where this is going now.
All right, and in this, the history of this is amazing, right? I'm down there, and it's like pitch dark. The only light, it's illuminated by the flashlight of the very nice and knowledgeable guide of ours. And in this vault, way back hundreds and hundreds of years ago, lived just the absolute dregs of society, just the worst. Like, you know, the prostitutes, the poor, the people who are just crapped on, literally crapped on by society. And I was just looking around. It's like hundreds and hundreds, maybe even 1,000 people
really
live down here.
Really,
and I was like, this right here is like Edinburgh's Discord group.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? They are Cody Miles, by the way. Talk about Buddy Murphy, the snitch. Cody Miles showed us in the secret Mod South Discord wrestling chat.
Yeah.
That they were roasting me there in the Discord the other day. And so that was my little way of getting back at them. So there you go.
There you go. Oh, before we get started, do you want to talk this Chrisley news? I know it's endlessly fascinating to you. I could really care less, but I know it's of interest to you.
This is horrible. This is terrible stuff. What is it, 12 or 13 counts?
I don't know. I mean, if you don't want to get indicted, pay your taxes, people.
So, of course, Chrisley's of WWE commercial fame.
Yeah.
Whenever, we're watching Raw, you'll see those Chrisley commercials. I'm a personal huge fan of the entire Chrisley clan. Todd.
You're the fan, man. Tell me.
Who's the main guy? Is the main guy Todd? What's the
You're the fan
name?
here. It's not me.
Anyways, I don't think we're gonna have to worry about Chrisley commercials very much longer. The
kids will get the spinoff. I mean, they already got a spinoff, but
they already have like 2 spinoffs.
They'll be the focus, and while Todd and his wife are serving prison time.
It'd be cool if they had like some cameras down there to see what life is like in prison for head Chrisley guy.
Oh.
Yeah, poor guy. He does not look suited for prison.
Well, if you don't go to prison, guess what you should have done?
Might be one of the... Because I even heard that the nice minimum security prison resorts is still pretty bad. You know, it's still prison. Still can't do nothing.
Yeah, well, should have paid his taxes then.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's a problem of his own making completely.
For 2 guys who are business owners, tax season, which for me, honestly, is just year-round now. I'm never not thinking about having to pay my taxes and how to save properly, because we don't have a paycheck that's taken out of.
No,
that don't happen. So we just Anyways, SmackDown last night.
Yeah, it was a good show.
How about that, Buddy Murphy?
I mean,
wow,
it was a really good match. I'm actually really into this whole drama. Roman, Buddy.
It's like the best story right now.
Daniel Bryan, Eric Rowan, especially because Daniel Bryan, you can tell, is just chewing up scenery. He's having a blast.
Man, it's funny because it's so easy for that to get lost in the overarching creative drama of WWE these days. Oh, it's getting better. We're all kind of anxious. Hopefully it'll keep on getting better. It's not going to, backslide back into Vince McMahon tearing up scripts and stuff.
Which is entirely possible. It still could happen.
It totally could happen. So I understand the apprehension for anybody to really be like, oh man, this is all great. Even though it has been better. Raw was markedly better. SmackDown was really good last night.
It was fun.
But Daniel Bryan, from the new Daniel Bryan on, has been doing some of the best work in professional wrestling inside the ring and outside the ring. He's just an absolute jewel.
Yeah.
He's an absolute treasure. He's doing great work. And I think this fit between him and in the storyline and Roman Reigns, and we'll get into what we think about what the reveal is going to be next week. But I think it's absolutely terrific. Daniel
it's been fun. And it's not so much the mystery aspect, it's just how they've been, the interpersonal dynamics between all four of them.
Sure.
In relation to who did, these attacks on Roman. That seems secondary now in terms of they're using this mystery to develop character. They don't do that very much on WWE television.
I know.
And you got Buddy Murphy, who
the biggest beneficiary of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Buddy. And he's just constantly portrayed as, man, he's in a tight spot.
Right.
He's in a tight spot. He's been confronted by Roman. He doesn't want to say anything. He gets lumped up a little bit. Roman pins his head against the wall. So he comes up with a name. 2 weeks later, same situation, but with Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. He has to say, nope, that was not right. I kind of feel like, though, that right now, Buddy Murphy is going to get the spot that was going to be Samoa Joe's. Samoa Joe is seemingly completely out of this now.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder if which is great, if they brought up Buddy, didn't use him for a while, decided, okay, we think there's potential in Buddy as a face. Well, it's good they just didn't bring it up and said, oh, suddenly he's a face now. They brought him up as more or less his character in 205 Live, and if the goal is having him partner with Roman at some point down the line, based on Roman's reactions after the match, it seems entirely possible. Here, let's have a story that shows why he's transitioning from heel to face rather than just bringing him up to the main roster. Hey, you're a face now.
Yeah.
That's good.
Go out there and smile. That
would be not good.
Right, exactly. That's what they did with Bob Roode and many other people. No, I think you're absolutely right. One of the questions, of course, we always kind of have to go here. This feels like a Heyman story.
It does. I thought that too.
Right?
Yeah.
We have not received. There's no indication. I mean, look. Apparently, last week Vince rewrote SmackDown virtually on the fly. No reports of that this week. But it would be interesting to know who creatively was at the helm for this particular story, because you're right. It's been very, very well handled. And the spotlight on Buddy Murphy this week was a star-making week for Buddy Murphy. We all saw it. We all just it's one thing to know it. It's another thing for somebody that we like. And we've seen this with Mustafa Ali, and even to a pretty big degree, Cedric Alexander, when they gave him a big moment a couple weeks ago on Raw. All these guys that we like, that we know, more than anything that matters, they can go in the ring and tell compelling stories in the ring. That's where that's what we can rely on. And those are the guys that are getting these spotlight moments. Yeah. And that's terrific. That's such a step in the right direction.
It is good. And they're putting Buddy in a situation, because Buddy's great in the ring, and he can handle himself on the mic okay, but his mic skills aren't exactly his greatest strength. They're putting him in situations where he can develop a character without having to just talk.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is great for him.
Yeah.
Because he can handle himself on the mic, but he's not going to be moving crowds based on his mic work. He's not The Rock.
Yeah.
But I got a good sense of who he is, and he said just a handful of words.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's actually effective storytelling.
Yeah. The plot, I mean, that's the one thing that the WWE does have. It'll be interesting to see how AEW handles sort of for wrestling dense story like that, like whodunit, stuff like that. WWE's weekly format, I mean, twice weekly format, really does lend itself to stories like that above a lot of other people, and it does. I mean, the cliffhanger nature of it, I think, is
Tao Ming in here says Buddy needs a character, though. He does have a character. He's doing it in a tight spot.
See, here's the thing. He doesn't need. I think what Tao might be referring to is he needs like a gimmick. He needs. And I don't think so. I don't think he does. I think as long as you have. Look, here's the thing. As long as you keep providing, as long as you keep creating compelling stories, who they are will matter more than what they are.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if Buddy Murphy's gimmick was, disgruntled, I don't know, janitor, like that has such a ceiling.
Yes.
But he's this guy who we see how he reacts when he's in a tight spot, He's defiant, but like every man, he has his breaking point.
Yeah. He's in a tight spot.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think it's absolutely terrific. I think
exactly.
It's really good stuff.
I think they did a really good job with it this week. Hopefully, they
and
can continue
that
with
match, like you could tell Roman really enjoyed, making Buddy Murphy or assisting in just bringing him to a great.
Like Chronic Bud Ryan says, Buddy has a gimmick, good wrestler you don't know about.
Yeah, there you go.
Secret's out now.
The secret's out, man. Exactly. A couple of these super chats here, real quick. Then I'll talk about some new Patreon members. Yashazvi Tripathi, 1,000th member here, friendos. Welcome to the Going in Raw Vault.
Haven Elric, my theory is that Mysterio and Almost will make it to the finals to battle over the title of King, which is, of course, Rey is King in Spanish.
That's a good. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, your favorite message retracted.
Oh, that's a beefy message retracted too. And then Tom talks rubbish. Rock versus Jason Statham. Who wins? Hobbs and Shaw is great. Tom really loved Hobbs and Shaw.
I guess so.
That's cool.
Gently accepted. Instead of Fiend disappearing when the lights went down, Finn should have disappeared and the lamp should have switched out with Finn's head.
I
that
wonder
might have
if
been a
we're
little more
going to
TV 14 then.
I wonder if the if that lantern's going to come back, or the lamp is going to come back.
I hope so.
Has been talking about it being removed from like the YouTube version.
Yeah.
In any event, let me bring up. I don't even have my notes up, man.
Notes.
What am I doing?
Well, here. I'll look. Patrons. I have it right in front of me.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So, new patrons. As you mentioned, Yashavi Tripathi, new patron. Matthew Kadzilo, new patron. And then Zachary Holcomb. Don't know what time that was, but we'll mention him anyways. New patron. I believe that's all from the last 24 hours. Welcome all.
Welcome everybody.
All right, let's get down to it.
Kevin Owens kicked things off with a promo. He was very happy to kick Shane's bootay.
He seemed relieved to think that he was done with the whole Shane McMahon business.
Yeah.
He said yesterday, so Monday, marked the 5-year anniversary of signing with WWE. He said that made him happy. He said he got to do things he never thought he'd be able to do, wrestle people he never thought he'd get to wrestle. He said it also, he was pleased that his entire family, wife, kids, parents, got to see him kick Shane's butt at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And then he talks about what an honor it is to be in King of the Ring, past winners, and he wants to add his name to that illustrious company. He more or less guaranteed he was going to win King of the Ring. Out comes Shane.
And Owens just collapses in annoyance.
I know. He just falls.
He literally just falls.
He double face palms and falls to the ground.
He does, yeah.
So Shane interrupts him and then says, Owens, you're not a man. You're a cheater. Mm-hmm. And Owens is like, well, man does this. Man does what he has to do to win. What else did he say? He had something else. And then Shane says, well, he rolled footage first of Owens kicking Shane in front area. Then he rolled footage of Owens attacking Elias with the chair. Mm-hmm. He said, that is an official.
A WWE official.
He's got the jersey on. You can't do that. There's going to be repercussions. Repercussions is I'm going to fine you $100,000.
And then I like this because they're sort of trying to present Kevin Owens as a man of the people. He says,
man,
whoa.
Yeah.
He's like, $100,000 might be nothing to you, but to me, it's a down payment on a house, or it's a
kids' college fund.
Et cetera, et cetera. And he was like, come on, you need to reconsider that. That's ridiculous.
He said it's crap.
And Shane just says, okay, let me think about it. Nope.
Yep, and walks away.
Nope.
Walks off.
Yeah.
Then we're backstage. Owens, he barges into Shane's office, and Shane says,
what do you think of the staging of this? I thought it was kind of interesting because Owens comes in and he sits on the couch.
Yeah.
So it feels like they're having like a real meeting.
I know. Well, he sits on the couch, and again, double face palms.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's coming in with – he's trying to control the steam that's building within him.
Yeah.
Owens is.
Yeah.
And
man of reason as well now.
Yeah, he's trying to be. Mm-hmm. His impulse is, of course, stunned Owens stunned, which is what his new shirt says.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, it's better than the other one.
Oh, that other one was terrible.
Yeah. Nothing beats fight Owens fight.
Yeah.
So his impulse is to fight and stun, but knowing that there's so much on the line, namely supporting his family, it's difficult to do. He can't take out his aggressions on Shane because Shane says, if you touch me, if you attack me, I will sue you and sue you for every cent you're worth. So,
Yeah.
And then Owens reaches somewhat of a boiling point, and he says, well, $100,000, make it $105,000. Picks up a stool, throws it at the TV in Shane's office, and walks out.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a decent little segment. I mean, they're setting up. I'm not sure how I feel about their if they execute it properly, which so far I've been fine with it. If they execute it properly and Shane is more, I guess the Vince to Stone Cold's, Kevin Owens Stone Cold, as long as they approach it in a because I like Shane's work. I just don't really. I don't need to see him wrestle.
No.
So with Shane, like we saw, a brief alliance kind of Shane and Samoa Joe, that kind of thing I'm totally fine with.
Yeah.
Just don't go overboard with it and don't feel the need to echo Stone Cold versus Vince to that degree, you know?
No. Totally. Next, we had a really fun match between Charlotte and Ember Moon. I wish Ember Moon would win these high-profile matches at some point.
I know, but it serves, I guess, a greater good because they're going to have all 4 horsewomen in a title scene thing, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, I understand that. Just, at the same time, I like Ember Moon to be in title scene too.
I'm with you too, man. I'm with you on that one.
She's so darn good.
Hey, but you know what? This was a long match, and it was a very good match. In fact, I kind of feel like this match was better than Ember Moon versus Bayley at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I thought this was a really terrific match, and they made Ember look really strong, although it was kind of interesting. I think she tapped sooner than even Charlotte maybe would have preferred. I just noticed that she started tapping, and I think Charlotte wanted to try to get the full extension on the figure 8 arch.
Oh, yeah.
And Ember started tapping, and it makes you wonder. I have no idea. Makes you wonder if Charlotte backstage is maybe like, hey, let that play out. Milk that a little bit more. At least I always like when they milk the crap out of any submission.
Yeah.
If you're a chump, then tap out quick. But if you're somebody who they are booking strong or tough, then milk that for everything you have.
Yeah. No, I agree. Especially on the larger stage, like at Mania or pay-per-view or whatever.
Oh no, Dad's back. Epico Mondo came up. Dropping a 50 on us. He says, time to make it rain. Okay, that's enough.
That's enough, Epico.
That's enough, Epico.
That's enough, Epico. It's
save
appreciated.
Save your fish money.
But yes,
save your
appreciated,
fish money.
But save your fish money, yes. Basic story of this match was Charlotte working over Ember Moon's leg.
I left my roast beef sandwich at home, so Epico's buying me some lunch today.
Oh, there you go. You see, you should be happy that I have to go home after this for a little bit because my wife has to go do something. Because my leftovers, my lunch today is shrimp pasta. And you probably don't want me microwaving that back there.
Honestly, anything would be better than the sink smell. That
we got to figure out why the sink smells like a hellmouth. It's like the worst halitosis smell there is.
Braised lantern mouth.
It's terrible. You got to figure out the deal there. Anyway, so Charlotte keeps working over Ember's leg. Ember mounts some offense, only for Charlotte to get the upper hand again by capitalizing on the injured limb. There's this great bit where Ember drops Charlotte with like a code breaker, jumping off the second rope. That was pretty cool. In the end, though, as you mentioned, Charlotte puts the figure 8 on Ember Moon. Ember has to tap.
Yeah. Charlotte keeps it on for just about 30 seconds too long before she lets it go. But no, a strong outing from Ember Moon. And I mean, I totally understand what you're saying, but if you remember 6 weeks ago, she was barely even on TV.
Yeah.
And
then she got a title shot and lost everything.
I know. Hopefully she will continue to be on TV.
I hope so. I hope so. Next, we had a recap of the whole Roman Reigns saga, following all the way to SummerSlam, and then we got Daniel Bryan promo, which is outstanding. Everything Daniel Bryan did in this episode was great.
He's good, man.
Believable.
He's
nearing Samoa Joe tier in terms of being imposing heel.
Oh, I think he's...
And he doesn't have the benefit of actually being tall or thick.
Yeah.
He's like my size.
Yeah. He's just compelling.
Yeah, he is.
He's one of those guys when he talks, you cannot help but pay attention.
Yeah.
Like he's magnetic, dude.
So he claims that he and Eric Rowan had absolutely nothing to do with attacking Roman Reigns. He calls Buddy Murphy a liar, but says, hey, I don't blame Buddy. He was put in that position where he had to come up with a name. Problem is, he came up with Rowan's name, which of course implicates Daniel Bryan. And he said tonight they're going to prove that they had absolutely nothing to do with Roman's attacks.
Yeah. I do appreciate that the planet's champion, the liberal heel, is now bringing false confessions into the fray. You have to appreciate that. Again, an issue that is probably something that should be addressed in society at large. And he's in a heel manner bringing it to the fore. Oh, man. I love it. It's great.
Next, we got Shane in his office again. He's assessing the damage Kevin Owens wrought to his television. Sarah, I think Sarah Schreiber is her name. She comes in to interview, asking who is Kevin Owens' opponent going to be. Shane kind of pushes, doesn't really answer the question. She asks again. In walks Samoa Joe. Samoa says, "What? Kevin Owens thinks he's Billy
Badass.
Billy Badass tonight." Well, I'm here to prove that I'm the only badass.
I wonder if Billy Badass was like a creative character that Samoa Joe made.
Maybe
to ask him that if we ever get to interview him.
He wants Kevin Owens tonight. So between this and the whole Buddy Murphy thing, seems pretty clear that Samoa Joe's no longer going to be involved in any of this.
Yep.
Seemingly. Next, an Aleister Black promo.
So this is his thing.
He's in his room and every week is lit differently.
Yeah. You fight me. Pick on my door. Pick a fight. Ice cream man.
I think he learned that he's going to have much better luck finding someone to fight if he's at least out on the stage on his platform, because at least then he's closer to the ring, because that's where the fights happen. If you're not going to go to the ring to fight, at least be on the stage on your little platform thing.
Yeah. I know. I wonder. Like I honestly think it would just take sort of one of these, like one just really, really good. I don't know. Like I want him to get to the point where he's being included in things like, it feels like he's so like far removed from all the action.
Exactly. Well, I mean, he's in the battles of the arena every week. Yeah.
He's not in the King of the Ring tournament.
No.
He's not really. He just sort of does these things.
That's why he should be like in the middle of a match. He should lay on his platform and just cut a promo. Somebody fight me. So we can get that angle every week.
Yeah.
Some steam or some smoke billowing over him.
Because it's kind of goofy right now. I want to get to the point where it's like, if there's some like big open challenge and he's the guy that answers it, I want people to like mark out big time.
I know, but the way they set up his character is that he wants people to come to him.
Right.
He's not proactive.
Yeah.
He's reactionary.
That's good.
We need him to be proactive.
Yeah.
So like if he came out to the ring, like bring the house lights down, just do a single spotlight on him, have him sit in the middle of the ring like he does. And just say this stuff. I think that'd be way more effective.
Yeah.
Because then he's stopping the show until someone comes out to fight him. He's the one that's issuing the open challenge, not answering.
Well, it's a lot more difficult. Also, the visual. It's a lot more difficult to like have the crowd connect with you, like they're along for your ride. If you're doing it on the Tron every week. If he's like out there, you're right. If he's out there, then when he does respond in a dramatic fashion, the people will be like, "Oh, wow, cool."
Yeah.
But as now, it's like, "Oh, that's that dude who hangs out in the."
Or if you want, I don't know how feasible this would be. It depends on the arena. Like I know most arenas have luxury boxes or something. That there's some space inside the arena where people can see him.
Yeah.
That they can set up to kind of be his dark room. And then the show's happening, you just hear him start talking, and the camera goes up to that area where he's out, in this whatever the hell do they dress it, the luxury box, looking down at the ring, and saying, hey, if anybody wants to fight me, we can do that right now.
Put him in the rafters like Sting.
Something.
And then people are like, how do I even get up there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. Come up here. I don't know.
Fight me.
Okay, but you have to come down here.
In the rafters.
That's scary. I don't like heights.
Overcome your fears.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Coward.
We had Buddy Murphy versus Roman Reigns. Somebody who was a Twinewinder earlier in chat brought up Shane McMahon. When they cut to him, he's like, "Yep, that's broken."
Yeah.
Geez,
Epico,
dude, come
on,
save your
man.
money, give it to charity. Thank you, though.
It's
Epico.
appreciated, but
oh my goodness, Man. You're too much. Epic Commando is just too much. Remember that time Epic Commando tried to correct us on his own name? He was like, no, it's Epic Commando. Nah, bro, you're Epico.
Epico.
Next up, Buddy Murphy
versus Roman Reigns. Star-making performance here for Buddy on SmackDown Live TV. As soon as the bell rings, they kind of go after each other. Roman beals Buddy, and he rolls through on it, gets up, and responds with a huge running knee on Roman within like 20 seconds of the match.
That was great.
And hats off to Roman for bumping all over the place for Buddy.
Man!
He seemed like he was having an absolute blast.
He did.
There's a couple instances where it seemed like he was more energetic with his bumping.
Yeah.
And maybe he just felt like, oh, Buddy, he's a really athletic dude who doesn't mind throwing his body around. If I don't match him bump for bump in terms of the enthusiasm, the intensity of him, I'm gonna
look like he's phoning it in.
Yeah,
exactly. And here's the thing: I wonder. Look, I imagine it would not surprise me at all. You've heard that Roman is a big locker room leader guy.
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me at all if Roman was completely tuned into how much of a best kept secret.
Oh yeah.
That makes all the sense.
I'll make this guy look great.
Right, exactly. But also, if you just take a look at when Roman was throwing Buddy around. Buddy is not afraid to just get tossed around in the locker room segment a couple weeks back.
Oh, and this week too, at the hands of Rowan.
And this week too, also. So yeah, you don't want to go out there and look like the guy who's not putting in the effort, because Buddy, we've said this from day freaking one, man.
Yeah.
From when he first showed up on 205 or whatever. Every single move that Buddy does, he acts like his entire week's paycheck
depends on
that one move, and every single move comes off like that.
Yeah. And Roman, it's good to see Roman match Buddy's level of intensity, because even something small, like we see him do countless times, where Roman rolls up Buddy, and it was crisp. He's really crisp last night. Roman was, and leads that to the one-arm powerbomb thing.
Yeah,
thing just seemed crisper.
It did,
faster.
Yeah, Roman looked like he was having a really good time out there.
So, anyways, Roman kicks out of that V trigger. They go down the ringside area. They're brawling a little bit. Roman eventually gets the upper hand, tosses Buddy over the announce table. Again, Buddy just throws his body around with seemingly reckless abandon. Roman goes for a drive-by. He misses. Buddy throws him to the ring steps, followed with a Meteora off the ring steps. That was great. And then we go to commercial break, come back. They fight for a bit more. Murphy sends Reigns to the ring post. He rolls him up, put his feet on the ropes. Roman kicks out. And then Murphy sends Reigns to the outside, follows up with a tope, back in the ring, top rope Meteora, gets a 2. The crowd is like just getting into
Eating it up, man.
Getting into
it.
Yeah. More back and forth. Eventually, Buddy hits a super kick. Roman bounces off the ropes on the cell, hits Superman punch, gets a 2 count. Roman goes for a spear. Buddy puts a knee up. V trigger.
That sequence was so awesome.
It was knee up to meet the spear, V trigger, and then a Kamigoya, Kota Ibushi's finisher, where he grabs the arms.
And does that a couple times.
And gets a 2 count out of that.
The brain buster on top of that. It was a whole sequence.
Yeah.
And the crowd was like, they were like, oh my God, could this be it?
Yeah.
I think me and even Patrick Sparks were in the Mod South Wrestling chat. And he was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God. And then, oh no, just a 2.
Yeah. And then Buddy goes to the top rope.
Roman just punches him off
into the barricade.
He goes flying off the top rope.
It was like something at 2K19.
It was. But just, boom, Buddy sells it for a second, gets back in the ring.
No, Roman hits him with a Superman punch on the outside.
Oh, okay,
off the ring steps, and then puts him back in the ring, and then hits the spear for the win.
It was it was 10 minutes, and it never let up.
Yep.
It never let up.
Nope. And the sell on that spear.
Yeah, he did the thing where he flips over.
Buddy pretty much, I think someone in chat earlier said it was pretty much like he gave himself a Spanish fly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's totally what it was.
Yeah. It's the kind of stuff you kind of only see in New Japan these days. Like, they'll sell it with the full flip thing.
Yeah.
Kenny loves doing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how, if people can, that's how they try to sell the final Rainmaker that's delivered to them in a Okada match. They got to do the full flip.
Yeah.
So, hell of a match. And everything that Buddy Murphy did in this episode was fantastic. Performance across the board. Great. Yeah. Next, we had a Revival interview. They have a match against the New Day coming up in the main event. And they want to challenge the New Day because they feel like the New Day has ruined the tag team division.
Yeah. After that, we had the New Day backstage.
Responding to the revival.
And they said, we haven't ruined anything in our lives.
Nope.
What was the one thing that they cracked wise about? They ruined our appetite or when we were little kids or something like that. I don't know. Big E cracked wise about something.
Yeah, and then Kofi talked about Randy Orton. Said, I didn't like him threatening my family. Speaking of family, New Day's my family too. And that came into play in the main event. Next, Samoa Joe versus Kevin Owens. Before the match begins, the ring announcer says, Elias, he's special guest enforcer again.
I want to point this out really quick. Bud Ryan makes a point here. He says, I love how Roman has mastered not looking at the ref, doesn't give away the 2 count. He's really good at that. I noticed this. It was so clear as day. Nikki Cross got hit with something big towards the finish of the tag match on Monday, and the camera was right there for her just to go like this to make sure Alexa Bliss was coming in. And I'm like, dude, you have to like close your eyes a little bit and act like your head movement is natural, not just that you're going to dart your head over.
Yeah. Adult circumcision is what the New Day cracked wise about.
Okay.
That's right.
That's funny.
That's correct.
So then we had, Samoa Joe versus Kevin Owens. And then, of course, Elias, special guest.
So Owens goes for the stunner. Joe fends it off, puts Owens in the clutch. Owens escapes, hits a pop-up powerbomb, goes for the pin. And then Elias pulls the ref out. So KO gets in Elias's face. They start arguing. Joe rolls him up, and then Elias does the fastest count maybe ever. Joe wins.
Yeah. Pretty ridiculous.
And of course, Owens is upset about it. So we'll probably get Owens versus Elias in the first round, King of the Ring match, and Owens will probably destroy him.
Yeah.
Next, this was awesome. Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan, they go in the men's locker room, and Daniel Bryan in, symmetrical storytelling.
Yeah.
Where Daniel Bryan goes in the men's locker room and says, all right, everybody get out, get out. Oh, buddy, you stay. And then Bryan gets in Buddy. He's right here talking in his ear.
It's on the thumbnail for this.
Yeah,
It's a
Buddy,
great image.
I need you to tell everyone that you lied. You need to tell everyone that you lied. And he repeated it and just gradually stepped up the intensity every time he said it.
Yeah.
And then he says it a number of times. Buddy just kind of smirks, starts to stand up. And it's a perfect little smirk.
Yeah.
Subtle.
Yeah.
But speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Like saying, I don't want to deal with this crap. I don't have to.
Yeah.
He starts to stand up, and then Rowan just starts tossing him all over the locker room. Everywhere.
Yeah.
All over the place. Eventually, they get to like a wall with a whiteboard on it. Rowan uses his forearm to pin him against the wall, kind of like how Roman did. And Bryan yells at him repeatedly, admit that you lied. And finally says, yeah. And Daniel Bryan's like, yes, what? I lied. And then Rowan finally lets go. And I love this. Daniel Bryan just kind of slightly glances to Rowan and says, the world is full of liars. And takes a step forward, and Rowan just starts beating the hell out of Buddy again.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was
so good.
I know.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. They really, really extended out the false confession thing, though. Like, I mean, it's one thing, because Daniel Bryan, like you said, it's symmetrical storytelling, harkening back to what Roman did. With Roman, it didn't feel like a forced confession. It felt like something he had to get out of Buddy Murphy. In this case, it was obvious that Buddy Murphy was going to get royally effed up if he didn't simply give them what they wanted to hear.
Yeah.
That's why I'm pretty convinced that, I mean, we'll go out to the end of the episode, but I'm pretty convinced that it's just going to end up being Daniel Bryan and Rowan.
Probably.
Because there was a difference in the way they got these confessions out.
Yeah. Yeah.
My only thing, and I wish they would start doing this. They did it for like 1 week, and I praised the crap out of it. The motivated cameraman. If you simply have Daniel Bryan look at the cameraman on the way to it.
Sorry, Twine Winder says the line is, I hate liars. I hate liars. Sorry, I had a hard time hearing it.
If he simply looks at the cameraman and says something like, come on, we have to get this on footage, stuff, on film or whatever.
Yeah.
If Roman would have done something similar where there's a reason the cameraman's there and Buddy, and it makes it even more powerful then if Buddy is getting this and if he even glances at the camera as if this little bit of desperation, like, I'm in a bad spot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been good.
That could have made it, I think,
especially with Daniel Bryan saying, oh, cameraman, come with us. We need this documented.
I think, people have seen documentaries. We understand what they are. If you give that more of a documentary feel, documentaries by necessity oftentimes have a sense of urgency. That style of film has a sense of urgency because you need to go get the shot.
Yeah.
You need to capture history being made.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's like a sit-down interview or whatever. But with these things, if you get the sense that the cameraman is present and not just omnipresent,
Yeah,
you know?
Totally.
It lends it that sense of urgency that I think these shows sometimes lack.
Yeah. Next, we see Reigns backstage, and he's asking like a stagehand or production assistant where Daniel Bryan and Rowan's dressing room is. He's shown the way. On he goes. Get our main event for the night. It's supposed to be the New Day taking on the Revival. However, before the match begins, Randall Orton comes out to the stage, and he says, "Kofi, you ran away from a fight at SummerSlam because you knew you couldn't beat me." That's how he's justifying the whole thing, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I kind of feel like Kofi actually took the fight to him.
Kofi, they booked a boring finish. Now we're going to do a 6-man tag match.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So it ended up being the New Day, the entirety of the New Day, taking on the Revival and Randy Orton. It was a fun match. Mm-hmm. It was a really fun match. Mm-hmm.
I had not seen them. Maybe they had, but the Revival's gear, the black and gold, looks great.
Yeah, black and gold together always looks great.
It always looks great. I'm just glad the Revival. I like those. I'm not sure how I'd look in goldenrod, but I really like those shirts.
Yeah, the shirts aren't bad.
Yeah, those are nice.
I kind of wish they didn't like they have the 80s style picture Revival, but underneath the picture, and this is a minor quibble. It says top guys doing top guy things or something like that. That's you don't need that.
Too much.
It's a little too much.
Yeah.
So Xavier Woods, he's isolated early. He's in the match a lot. Revival's working over his arm. Orton does one of his backdrop suplexes on the announce table with him. Eventually, Woods turns the table. He sends Dash Wilder into the ring post, gets the hot tag to Big E. E clears house. He eventually tags Kofi in. He hits a boom drop on Dash. Orton comes to the ring, goes for an RKO. Kofi avoids. He lays out Orton with the trust fall over the top rope. Eventually, Woods is tagged back in, and the Revival hit Shatter Machine on him for the win.
Yep.
So Big E and Kofi, I believe, go back into the ring. Revival attack them after. Just Big E.
It's just Big E.
Yeah,
He's
then Revival attack
consoling Woods. Yeah.
Kofi comes in, tries to make the save, does hit Trouble in Paradise on Dawson, and then Orton comes in hits an RKO on Kofi, and then we get peak Apex Predator Randy Orton. He just wants to drop everybody with RKOs. Hits one on Xavier, hits one on Big E, and then another one on Kofi.
Yeah. Solid way to continue the feud, I thought.
Especially because commentary was really selling the idea that the New Day is a family.
Yeah.
And so you're tying in the story beat you had at SummerSlam with Orton, I guess, kind of threatening, although I don't think they really made that clear enough at SummerSlam in terms of the camera work, threatening Kofi's family, and here on SmackDown, Orton laying out Kofi's wrestling family.
Yeah.
Essentially. And then finally, we have Daniel Bryan, Eric Rowan, I guess now, in their locker room. Roman Reigns enters, and Daniel Bryan demands an apology. Says, "You apologize to Samoa Joe. I want you to apologize to me now."
He says, "You heard the confession." Roman doesn't say anything during this entire thing. He said, "Fine." He says, "Fine." He says, "We know who did it, and we're going to let Roman know. We'll let everybody know
next week."
Ooh. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what necessarily the motivation's going to be, but there's no way it's not going to be. Do you think? Let me ask him. Do you think they're going to stretch us out and they're going to try to frame somebody else, even though it's like clearly just them? What would be their motivation? That's my one thing. I hope that whatever they come up with, I think it needs to be like
for taking out Roman?
Yeah, I think it just needs to be a good motivation beyond your top dog.
Maybe he doesn't recycle.
Yeah, it needs to be something better than that.
Maybe he just eats exclusively red meat.
That could be. Yeah. I hope it's not thin stuff like a very abstract, oh, you're not green enough or whatever. You're a bad example for the consumers out there.
Daniel Bryan's kind of moved on a bit from that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a paragon of consumerism. I want it to be something beefy, something that's like, oh, wow.
Well,
cool.
Ideally be something that in the macro sense fits into Daniel Bryan's kind of general philosophy, but also something, at the same time, personal.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
That'd be the ideal.
Yeah.
Because then you can understand it from understand it from Daniel Bryan's point of view as a character, from a philosophical standpoint, but also I was like, oh, Daniel Bryan feels personally wronged by something Roman did.
Yeah.
Not just in some abstract sense.
And don't get me wrong, it's very possible they haven't written the motivation yet.
Oh, entirely
it's
possible.
It's very possible they don't know what the motivation is.
And it's entirely possible they can alter course, which they seemingly already have.
Yeah. I mean, I do hope it does feel like a Heyman thing. And if you can trust anybody to come up with a motivation that actually makes a hell of a lot of sense and actually be surprising, even if it's on the fly, it's Paul Heyman.
Yeah, one would hope.
Hopefully they had that in the end. They came up with that, the reasoning why it's Bryan and Rowan. They thought, oh wow, we have a really good reason for them to do this, so we should make it them. And then they're like, well, we can milk that story for a lot because it's really good.
Yeah, it is really good.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too. All right, you want to answer some questions?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
I'm gonna go to the Discord
There
first.
There you go. It's a huge day for the Discord.
It's a big day.
Let's make sure they're included. Yeah. Fiend Kicks, unlike others, I'm okay with no Bray this week. How do you book him keeping his mystique while also keeping fans happy? No, I think it's a good idea just to have him pop up here and there.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need him on TV every week. I think just have him on enough so the specter of him potentially showing up can keep you on your toes. Keep fans on the edge of their seats.
Have it make sense.
Yeah. Dylan, hey, friendos, can you read my comment in the chat? I couldn't send it as a super chat for some reason. All right, I'll try to go and find it.
Let's see here. Greg Morris, what is the end game for Buddy with this story?
Let's get him over as a face.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like, you got to keep it going, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep it going. Even if it's the kind of thing where he has like a really, really good showing in King of the Ring and then bows out in the semifinals or whatever, you know, if you keep that kind of stuff, I mean, yeah, you have to take it one feud and one thing at a time.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's no. I also like that they pointed out that, you know, he was cruiserweight champion and now he doesn't have to adhere to the 205 weight limit.
Yeah.
I like that they sold that.
It's good they mentioned that.
Yeah.
And also you mentioned Buddy going to the semifinals. He could advance to that level, but then his elimination is somehow wrapped up in this larger story he's involved in now.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
Dylan, I'm not seeing your other comment.
Alex C says, "Yeah, Dylan, if you just drop the comment in chat, we'll keep an eye on it for it." Alex C, let's assume this Murphy story is Bischoff.
Okay.
Who else is going to eventually be in Murphy and Roman's biker gang? It's the Usos.
Yeah,
Usos got to be in it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Jimmy Thomas claims the actual person is going to be somebody underwhelming like Bob Lashley. That would have to be
in November.
They'd have to drag this out for another 3 months.
Yeah, he's on the injured list. Yash Usvi, that's how you pronounce it. Yash Usvi says, glad to support Hearty Handshake. Thank you very much.
I'm going to do my darndest to remember
that. Me too. That. Same here. Of course, we got the two from Epicomondo.
You know, I noticed. I was looking at chat. He said that his he's leading fishing charters now.
Oh,
that pay out $1,500 an hour.
Wow.
So keep on bringing it over here.
Yeah, I guess so. Wow.
Eat good today.
Brian Jankowski, the Fiend, the best thing in wrestling. He says yes. It's definitely pretty good.
I think, man, WWE's got some good stuff going for them these days. Jay Sean Lawrence. Are they going to drag this Roman storyline out until they go to Fox?
I'd be surprised. Never know, though. That's another 2 months, almost.
That's like 6 weeks away.
Mm-hmm. Never know.
They could.
Yeah, they could.
Look, man, as long as they keep it interesting, that's all I care about.
Yeah, as long as it's interesting and they don't seem like they're spinning their wheels.
This is man, I'll tell you that this is a bit of a test for the WWE. See where they're at. See where they're at creatively. Is this going to fizzle out like a fart, or is it going to pay off like a big, healthy doo-doo? I don't know where my metaphors are, man. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see here. Alex Foster, is there anything else in wrestling or life that we should accuse Buddy Murphy of?
Is he Vince's son?
Yeah.
Is he the anonymous Raw GM?
Did he blow up Vince's car before Vince came back to life?
And convinced Donald Trump that he was dead.
Did we ever know what the did we ever
Sorry, mods.
yeah, sorry guys. Vince's death. Was there ever a resolution written for that? Or
No, because because like 2 weeks later it was Benoit.
Yeah, but I'm saying like when they conceived of it, was there an ending in mind?
Oh, probably not.
Oh, that's what I figured.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, there
Cody
you go,
Miles.
Stevie Bradley. He blew the whistle on the Chrisleys.
There you go.
He's their actual CPA.
Austin Luff says half the crowd called 911 too.
Let's see here. James Francis, could Buddy Murphy become the next Daniel Bryan / Kofi Kingston and get a serious fan-driven push? I think that creative's doing a pretty good job in the first place. He right now the least underutilized person is Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
He's on TV every week, 10-minute killer match everybody's talking about. Let's keep that momentum going though.
Totally. That's going to be the key.
Let's see here. Kenny T, with NXT moving to Fox Sports 1, possibly. Could this mean the company will see NXT more as a third brand and lead to a possible three-way brand warfare at Survivor Series? I mean, it's more likely.
Yeah.
It's more likely. I don't know. So I know Breezango had a takeover fallout match at Takeover against Forgotten Sons. Were they fully gimmicked? Do you know?
I haven't heard anything
with their
about it.
Breezango
I
stuff.
haven't heard anything about
Neither have I. I hope they're not still going to be a comedy act, but something tells me they're going to be.
Although, Fandango during that promo was like, hey, it's time to essentially get repackaged, so hopefully they follow through on it.
I know. Austin Luff says they were in black. That's cool if he's talking about Breezango right now. Yeah. Oh, Austin says they were not the Fashion Police. Did they have the same Breezango music?
They should change the team name.
They should. They really should.
You can keep Tyler Breeze, but Johnny Curtis. It should be Johnny Curtis.
Johnny Curtis, man. I know. I agree. Let's see here. I'm an accent from the car. Yeah, okay. So I didn't know. Tim Rogers says, in kayfabe, how did SmackDown get the footage of the Roman accident from the car that hit him without knowing whose car it was?
Yeah, I know.
So that was really silly. the second half of the recap video of the car getting hit. I didn't notice the footage, but maybe it was in the first half of it.
I've seen it before, the footage of like a GoPro from the front of the car.
Right, but last night,
I didn't
on
notice
last
it. I
night's
didn't notice
episode,
it.
I'm wondering if they had it in there. Because it seems to be something that a lot of people are talking about as being just super silly.
Yeah.
D Minor says Buddy Murphy must have told Vince how much he loves the XFL.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense while they have any footage of the car from
I know,
the car.
it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Let's see here. Oh, good question. Steve Klein. How would Steve and Larson ruin the tag division? What would we do to ruin the tag division?
Well, we put the belts on ourselves.
We would be in the tag division.
Yes. We'd be the tag champs.
We'd be over. Yeah,
Mason says they should make the Fiend be the one who attacked Roman. Would really get him over. If he control that car with his mind.
That'd be kind of crazy if they came out and had video footage of the Fiend like lurking about.
Or the Fiend is like a heavy investor in self-driving cars, and he programmed the car to instead of avoid other vehicles to run into them.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's why he's able to afford the lantern and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Bobby Rivera says, any chance of a King of the Ring going in Raw view? Perhaps King of the Ring 98. Did we ever do a... No, we never did. That's surprising that we've never done that before.
Mm-hmm. Nope, never have.
Anything's possible. Yashuzvi, right? Is that how you pronounce it? Tripathi. Do you think they're trying to make Orton seem like his 2009 Supermaniac days? Kind of got that feeling today. Also, do you reckon there could be a pseudo legacy stable with Orton and the Revival?
Nah, the
Do they seem
stable.
like a decent fit too? I think there's something they're missing from that fit. I don't think that's a good fit. Orton and the Revival. Orton he's just lone guy. He's just by himself. He needs to be by himself. I
Yeah.
don't see him as like
Apex
during
Predators.
Legacy, I didn't see it.
Apex Predators don't pal around with other predators.
No, they don't.
They're the top predators.
They're the apex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That could be scientifically not true, but just based on my idea of what apex predator
You really shouldn't
is.
call it apex if he's palling around with other predators.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
DTD Wicks Dark Leon X. Can I get a birthday shout out from Undertaker in Austin? My name is Marvin. Marvin.
Marvin! Hey, Marvin! What are you doing for your birthday? You're getting hammered drunk with Bishop!
Are you sailing down the river Stygian, tapped into the powers of darkness,
And eating a delicious cake from the bowels of hell. It's so moist because it's built on souls.
Built on souls?
Marvin.
Anyways, what do we got coming up for Overrun today?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know yet.
See if these weirdos in the Discord have anything else to
All
say.
right.
No. See, man, I challenge. I'm like, hey, give us some good questions. And they're just down there in the
And
vault.
crickets, huh?
Yeah, crickets, exactly. There's actually a lot. Chrisley had a big old Facebook post.
Oh, gosh.
Todd, okay, so Julie, what's the kid's name?
Chase.
Chase! Yes, you knew that. That was awesome.
Oh, well, the semifinals for King of the Ring are going to happen in Madison Square Garden.
Bad news, Chase.
That's
I'm
cool.
going to jail, and all my assets are getting seized.
So the final will probably be a Clash of Champions.
James Rodriguez suggests we could talk about the sad situation regarding Alicia Fox. We could do that.
Yeah, apparently there was an incident where she was.
Whoa, overrun.
Oh, that's for Overrun. I
For
thought you meant right now.
non-news.
Sorry.
For
All right. I
non-news,
thought that
yeah.
it said now. Okay, that's fair.
We'll keep it on non-news.
All right.
You know, because it's sad, but it's kind of non-news.
Yeah,
a little bit.
it is sad though.
Yeah, it is. It's a bummer. Anyways, and then we got chat trivia today.
We do.
I gotta send somebody. Hey, I did send out. I have all but 15 orders sent out from the Friendo Market stuff, and then all the June and July Patreon care packages are ready to go out. I just have to slap the addresses on them, and they'll be good to go. So then, no later than Thursday, I'm hoping to get all that stuff sent out. So if you've been waiting for your care package, if you're waiting for your Friendo Market order. Should be there if you're in the United States, no later than early next week. If you're international, who knows? Nobody knows. Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.